Welcome to 1987, a year when heavy metal fans were spoiled like never before. Thrash metal was hitting full power, death metal was taking its first breath, and doom metal was rising. It was a year packed with so many incredible albums, it feels almost impossible to choose only 10. But today on Metal Icons, we take on the challenge and present you our top 10 greatest heavy metal albums of 1987. Starting off our countdown at number 10 is the explosive debut from Phoenix's rising thrash metal force, Sacred Reich. Their first full-length album, Ignorance, took shape in early 1987 at the legendary Morrisound recording studio in Tampa, Florida. Guided by producer Bill Metoyer, the sessions stretched across several intense weeks, pushing the young band to sharpen their riffs, tighten their rhythms, and strengthen their politically charged message. Released on the 13th of October 1987, the original LP delivered 9 relentless tracks, each one packed with speed, urgency, and the tension of the era. Songs like Death Squad, Ignorance, and Victim of Demise quickly became fan favorites, helping Sacred Reich build a loyal underground following. While Ignorance never broke into major charts, it spread rapidly through tape trading circles and independent record shops. Fans praised its raw intensity, calling it one of the most promising thrash metal debuts of the late 80s. Critics pointed to its sharp social commentary and welcomed Sacred Reich as part of thrash metal's next wave. And over time, its influence only grew. Many fans look back on this debut as a fierce snapshot of the underground spirit of 1987. This record proved that Sacred Reich had something powerful to say, and also the sound to back it up. Claiming the number 9 spot is Kreator, who returned in 1987 as a 4-piece, with stronger musicianship and a more refined vision. They recorded Terrible Certainty at Horus Sound Studio in Hanover, Germany, during the summer months, with producer Harris Johns. The sessions were built on the success of Pleasure to Kill, but aimed for a tighter sound and better performances. Released on October 26, 1987, the album featured 8 tracks and can be described as an aggressive, violent, and ultra-fast record. The 3 most popular songs quickly became Blind Faith, Storming with Menace, and Terrible Certainty. The album sold extremely well in European metal communities and helped Kreator expand worldwide. Fans praised the album's heavier production, calling it a step forward in the band's evolution. Critics noted the improved songwriting and better playing, recognizing Kreator as one of the leaders of the German thrash metal movement. Terrible Certainty influenced countless extreme metal bands and marked Kreator's rise to international recognition. And for many fans, it remains one of 1987's most powerful thrash metal albums. Number 8 on our list belongs to Candlemass. In 1987, they returned to the studio determined to push doom metal into a grander and darker direction. Across the spring and summer of 1987, they recorded Nightfall at Thunderlode Studios in Stockholm. Leif Edling shaped the core of the songwriting, while Mats Björkman and Lars Johansson built the towering guitar sound that defined the album. The band had just welcomed Messiah Markkonen, whose operatic voice transformed their style. Released on November 9, 1987, Nightfall featured 10 slow, heavy, atmospheric tracks with a deep gothic mood. 3 songs quickly stood out: At the Gallows End, Dark Are the Veils of Death, and the cult favorite, Bewitched. The album made a huge impact within the European metal community. Critics praised Markeland's voice, calling it a perfect match for Edling's dramatic songwriting. Fans embraced Nightfall as a defining milestone. Its sound became the blueprint for epic doom metal. Slow, majestic, emotional, and deeply heavy. Many doom metal bands cite it as a crucial influence. Over time, Nightfall's reputation only grew, becoming one of the most respected and essential doom metal albums ever recorded. Far from the classic American or German thrash scenes, Voivod were forging their own unique path in Quebec, Canada. While the rest of the world chased speed and aggression, these four Quebecers were shaping a sound that felt futuristic, progressive, and fearless. Killing Technology took form at Music Lab Berlin during late 1986 and early 1987, with producer Harris Johns. Released on April 27, 1987, the album blended speed, science fiction themes, and unusual rhythms. It was unlike anything else at the time. The most popular songs became Overreaction, Ravenous Medicine, and the title track, Killing Technology. The album performed well in underground metal circles. It built Voivod's reputation as one of the most innovative thrash metal bands of the decade. Critics praised the band's willingness to experiment, and fans welcomed the album's strange atmosphere. Killing Technology forged Voivod's unique identity, combining punk energy, technical riffs, and sci-fi concepts. Its influence can be felt in many progressive and experimental metal bands, proving that Voivod was years ahead of everyone else. Next on our list is Savatage. The band recorded Hall of the Mountain King through the spring and early summer of 1987. Working under the vision of producer Paul O'Neill, they tracked the album at Bearsville Studios in Woodstock, New York, and at the record plant in New York City. Released on September 28, 1987, the album featured songs like Hall of the Mountain King and the instrumental masterpiece Prelude to Madness. The record reached number 116 on the Billboard 200. It gained momentum through touring, college radio, and metal magazines. Fans embraced the darker style, the powerful riffs, and John Oliva's theatrical vocals. Critics praised the album as Savatage's breakthrough, highlighting its blend of classical influences and heavy metal aggression. Over time, Hall of the Mountain King became one of the band's most iconic releases. Its sound played a key role in the development of symphonic and power metal, influencing countless bands. It also laid the foundation for what eventually became the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. To this day, the album stands as one of 1987's most beloved heavy metal releases, a dramatic, powerful record that captured Savatage at the moment they truly found their voice. Helloween recorded Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1 with producer Tommy Hansen at Horus Sound Studio in Germany. The sessions allowed the band to refine their sound by blending speed, melody, and uplifting harmonies. Released in May of 1987, it featured 8 tracks and became a defining album in European metal. Fan favorites included songs like Future World, Twilight of the Gods, and the 13-minute epic Helloween. The album sold very well across Europe and Japan. With Michael Kiske soaring vocals and Kai Hansen's guitar work, the band felt fresh and exciting. Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1 is widely regarded as the birth of modern power metal. It influenced hundreds of metal bands for decades, and in 1987, it stood out as a bright and energetic masterpiece, therefore taking the number 5 spot on our list. Taking the number 4 spot is The Legacy by Testament. Recorded in New York with East Coast producer Alex Perialas, the band spent several weeks carving out a sound that was both fierce and melodic. Released on April 21, 1987, the album delivered 9 hard-hitting tracks loaded with power and precision. Chuck Billy's voice and Alex Skolnick's fluid, expressive guitar work made Testament stand out from the moment the needle dropped. Songs like Over the Wall, The Haunting, and Burnt Offerings quickly became fan favorites, proving just how advanced and hungry they were. The Legacy never reached the major charts, but it became an underground sensation, spreading through tape trading circles, selling steadily in independent shops, and earning Testament a loyal and growing fan base. Critics praised its intensity, its musicianship, and its fresh take on thrash metal, placing the band alongside the genre's rising giants. In the long run, The Legacy lived up to its name and cemented Testament as one of the most respected forces to ever come out of the San Francisco Bay Area. The album stands as one of the strongest metal debuts of the 1980s, a confident, fiery opening statement that showed just how powerful 1987 truly was. In 1987, King Diamond returned with a conceptual horror masterpiece. His second solo album, Abigail, was released on June 15, 1987, and featured 9 tracks. The album unfolds like a haunted novel. Set in the year 1845, each song serves as a chapter in a Victorian-era nightmare. Produced by King Diamond himself, alongside drummer Mickey D and guitarist Michael Denner, the sessions captured the band crafting music that felt eerie, dramatic, and cinematic. The album charted in several European countries and sold impressively well for an extreme and theatrical metal album. Fans were blown away by the storytelling, the dark atmosphere, and the technical musicianship. Critics praised King Diamond, calling Abigail one of the greatest concept albums in heavy metal history. Over the years, the album grew into a major influence. Its theatrical approach helped inspire progressive metal, extreme metal, and any band that ever attempted a narrative-driven album. Abigail remains King Diamond's definitive masterpiece, a dark, theatrical, and unforgettable album that stands as one of 1987's greatest heavy metal release. Coming in at number 2 is Anthrax with their classic, Among the Living. In late 1986, the band went into Quadradial Studios in Miami and at Compass Point Studios in Nassau, Bahamas, to record their next album. Produced by Eddie Kramer, with additional work from John Zazula, the sessions captured Anthrax's explosive energy. Released on March 16, 1987, the album's tracklist featured 9 songs. Among the Living, Caught in a Mosh, and Indians became instant favorites among fans. The record hit number 62 on the Billboard 200, an impressive milestone for a thrash band in 1987. Its mix of humor, aggression, and rhythm-heavy riffing connected with fans instantly. Critics praised the album's individuality and tight musicianship, calling it the moment Anthrax truly arrived. And its impact only grew with time. Among the Living helped push thrash metal toward the mainstream and became the blueprint for the band's signature style. It inspired many metal bands across the world and stands as one of the greatest thrash metal albums ever made, a fierce and energetic punch from 1987. And finally, taking the number 1 position on our countdown is none other than Death. In 1987, heavy metal changed forever, and it happened in a small studio in Los Angeles. Death recorded Scream Bloody Gore at the Music Grinder, with additional sessions at Track Record and Premier Sound. Produced by Randy Burns, the sessions captured the raw intensity of Chuck Schuldiner, who played guitar, bass, and handled all the songwriting. Released on May 25, 1987, the album featured 10 songs. The tracks Zombie Ritual, Evil Dead, and Scream Bloody Gore became the cornerstone of a new genre. The album sold pretty well in the underground scene, quickly becoming a cult sensation. Fans were stunned by the brutality, the precision, and the atmosphere. Critics recognized its importance even then, calling it one of the most extreme metal albums ever produced. Scream Bloody Gore is widely recognized as the first true death metal album, establishing the sound, the intensity, and the spirit of the genre. It influenced every death metal band that followed, from Morbid Angel to Cannibal Corpse, Obituary, Entombed, and beyond. In the history of heavy metal, few albums have had such lasting impact. Scream Bloody Gore wasn't just an album, it was the beginning of a movement. And there you have it, the top 10 heavy metal albums of 1987. Were these records part of your youth? Did your favorite metal albums of 1987 make the list? Let us know in the comments below, and give us your top 10 heavy metal albums of that year. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Metal Icons. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.